Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of the Profitable Mindset Podcast.
Welcome to the Profitable Mindset, a show dedicated to teaching you the skills you need to build a profitable product-based business that makes you feel free and fully in control. Here is your host, Charlotte Smith.
Hey there, welcome to episode number 34 of the Profitable Mindset Podcast, all about how to continue marketing even when you're sold out. And this episode is coming to you because I'm hearing from so many of you that you've sold out due to all the demand from that the COVID pandemic has brought on. You know, grocery stores are unreliable. Our food chain is broken and people are panicking. They're scared. They want to stock up. So a lot of the public that have never bought from farms before, all of a sudden have found their local farmer and we're selling out. So, but then you realize when you are restocked with product in 2 months or 6 months or whenever that might be, you need all these people to come back. So a lot of you have come to me asking, how do I keep in touch with people when I don't have anything to sell, but I will in a few months and I don't want them to go elsewhere? Well, today's episode is going to help you with just that. Also, very exciting news. I'm super excited to announce that Farm Marketing from the Heart, my online course, is available for purchase for self-study through June 12th. What this means is when you purchase it, you have access to all the material immediately. So you can binge watch it if you need to and get your marketing strategy set up. This is the number one program out there that I know of to help farmers with their marketing. And I know of a lot of programs. I've been teaching this for 8 years. I've been marketing my own farm products for 11 years. So you get years and years of expertise, but also because I've been teaching it for so long, you're going to realize very quickly that it's very farmer specific. And when you're put into a mastermind group right away. So when you get in the mastermind group, you're going to see that there's so much support in there from farmers who look a lot like you. Guaranteed. I've seen every kind of farm out there and no two are alike. But on the other hand, we're all alike. A lot of our struggles are the same, whether you're raising chickens or you have a vegetable CSA or a beef cattle ranch. So consider signing up for that so that you can get through this time, this challenging time full of surprises with ease, and let's get you profitable. Let's finally make this the year you're going to turn a profit, okay? So my marketing course is at 3cowmarketing.com/marketing, and it's pretty self-explanatory. The page explains what comes with it. But email me if you have questions. I'm always here to answer questions, okay? I'd love to see you in class. I now have taken thousands of people through that course, and I hear the most amazing testimonials. You're going to get some emails next week full of testimonials. The testimonials continue coming in year-round. So consider getting your marketing foundation set. All right, so let me dive into today's episode, which is tied into that, all about how to continue marketing when you're sold out. So here's a little story to help emphasize why I do what I do. My son is a United States Marine. He went to boot camp a few years ago, and when he left, those of you who have sent children off to the military, I don't know if things have changed now, but when he left, there was no cell phones, no contact, no email, no nothing, no telephones at all. So when he left, it was pretty tough. He was just there 1 minute and the next minute he was gone because it was last minute. He was supposed to have another month at home and they called him up a month early. So he just left to boot camp, and the Marine Corps boot camp, the reason he chose the Marine Corps is, according to his words, it is the most challenging of the branches of the military. And of course, I probably just made all sorts of you mad by saying that. But that's what my son told me when I said, why the Marine Corps? So anyway, he went off to boot camp, and for 13 weeks, there was no communication. There's just nothing. They only contact you if your kid is injured severely or, something bad happens. So there's just no communication. And what happened is I started watching videos of what he was going through each week in training, because you can find YouTube videos of, week 1 of Marine Corps boot camp and week 2 and week 3. So here I am missing my son, no idea what's going on. And I'm watching these videos and I'm like bawling. Okay. Yes. Please, other mothers of Marines, tell me I'm not alone. But the reason I was just so emotional is I was wondering, why do they have to do it that way? Why do they have to scream and yell in their face and call them horrible names? Sometimes they hit them. They don't show that on camera, but that's what I was told. And then they punish them if they smile or cry or throw up. And trust me, they all cry and throw up. My son said, I was like, did you cry? He said, everybody cries, Mom. And then I was wondering things like, why don't they feed them enough food? Why can't he contact us? Why do they have to continue training this way? To me, seemed a little harsh. But you know why they do it? They do it because it works. They have not found an equivalent substitute that turns recruits into warriors as boot camp does. When he deployed after boot camp to Africa and the Middle East, I was then so grateful he was prepared. I was so appreciative, and now I realized why boot camp was so tough. Because due to this deployment, he was able to live on minimal calories and at times minimal water. There were times out training in the deserts in Djibouti where they ran out of water. Sometimes he worked 18 to 24 hours, sometimes 30 hours, sometimes 48 hours straight with no sleep. And during all of that, he had to maintain the mindset of a warrior. So I share this story because I do recognize that farming is not the Marine Corps and farming is not a deployment. But if we don't work with the same focus, if we don't train, if we don't show up consistently, we won't be here to serve our customers for very long or our communities. Okay? There are some great things that I learned from studying what my son went through during his military training. And the intense focus and self-discipline are two things that I've tried to incorporate more of in my life, and they pay off tremendously when I do. So I communicate with hundreds of you every single week who are struggling to run your farms. You're struggling to make a profit. You're sold out and you're struggling to figure out how to get people to come back when you finally have product again. So I want to share with you that the things I teach, email marketing, when done correctly, will build your profitable farm. Now, just like Marine Corps boot camp, the reason I teach email marketing is because it works. If there was something else that worked better, I would teach that. Trust me, I'd much rather teach you how to post really gorgeous photos on Instagram all day long than boring old email marketing, or so it seems. But email marketing is the foundation of your marketing strategy. It's your marketing platform, and it will make you hundreds of times as much money as social media marketing. So I do teach social media marketing as a nice add-on to email marketing, but only after you have this foundation in place. I'm now going to go over 6 reasons email marketing will continue to build your profitable farm, and 6 reasons that it is the best foundation upon which you can build your marketing strategy. Okay, so number 1, email is a conversation. Email is never to be used for the sole purpose of selling. If you only email your customers when you have something for sale, you're training them to ignore you. Or on the other hand, if you aren't emailing your customers because you don't have anything for sale, then they're not going to remember you when you do have something for sale. So when you write an email, just like you talk, It keeps your relationship with them strong so that when you finally have something to sell again, they will remember you and they will be happy to make a purchase or pay a deposit. Now, I have run my farm on an almost sold out basis for 11 years. So I have seasons of when I have product for sale, and then I teach you, just like in my farm marketing course, how to maintain that relationship when you don't have product for sale. So you've got to have those conversations and continue the conversation through email. So again, social media is great, but Facebook and Instagram will never replace email. If you have 1,000 followers on social media, only a few of them, a very small percentage of them will ever see your posts, okay? Just think of when you look on social media, all the people you follow and all the posts that show up in your feed. It's a very small percentage of the people you follow actually showing up in your feed. So you can't have those conversations with your whole group of followers on social media. But in email, when you do what I talked about a couple episodes ago and you have figured out how to keep your emails out of the spam folder, it is that conversation and it builds connection. Number 2, email is consistent. When you send emails consistently, and by that I mean once a week, year round, yes, that's 52 emails a year, or maybe 50 if you decide to take Thanksgiving week off and Christmas week off or something like that. It's 50 emails a year. When you send emails consistently, you stay top of mind. Staying top of mind is everything. Think of all the emails that your customers receive every day. You want to be in there once a week. People are bombarded with emails every single day. They will not remember to shop at your farm unless you email them consistently. And again, when I first started teaching marketing 8 years ago, once a month minimum year round was fine. But because of the bombardment of emails and inboxes today, once a month doesn't hold up. They're going to forget about you. You got to be in there once a week. And it's a friendly email. It's not a sales email. So your customer gets your email in their inbox. You know, on average, when you study farm marketing from the heart, you will learn how to get higher open rates so that your open rates could be 30 to 40%. The more your list grows, the lower that open rate. But for many of you, 30% is something to shoot for. Now, if you have a really tiny email list, maybe you only have 500 people on your email list, your open rates will be much higher, maybe 60% or so. But just know that as your email list grows in size, those open rates will go down, but you can learn how to keep them no lower than 30% when you build a online marketing strategy like I teach in Farm Marketing from the Heart. All right, another thing about email is it's easy to forward. So when you have a call to action in your emails that say something like, forward this to your friends who would also love to have my favorite roast beef recipe or T-bone steak sauce recipe, they will forward that. It is so easy to forward compared to Instagram. If you can always tag someone, but I don't see that happening nearly as often as someone will just forward emails. So that's something that you can choose to ask your customers to do. Not every email, but choose a few key ones every single month or every couple months. Ask them to forward so they introduce their friends to you too. Okay, number 4. I've alluded to this already, but email crushes social media when it comes to making sales. If you've been on Facebook or Instagram for any amount of time in the past few months or years, I'm sure you've noticed the decreases in your reach. What I mean by reach is how many people actually see your posts. Okay, so you don't get as many likes and comments and shares compared to, say, in 2010, which is 10 years ago now, you guys. Organic reach on Facebook was much higher than it is today. Today, Facebook is much more of a pay-to-play platform, and Instagram too. You will reach more people if you put money on your ad. Email's free, so you will get good results when you put money on there, but it's still a much slower process. You got to funnel them to your email list and then build connection with them there. Okay, so if you're trying to build a customer base on Facebook or Instagram or even Pinterest, or now a lot of people are talking about TikTok, you won't be profitable anytime soon relative to what you can do in email. So email is still king of direct marketing and has been for decades at this point. When you send an email, customers get it straight to their inbox. And again, if it's going to their spam folder, listen to my episode number 32, I believe it was, and you can take care of that. I teach you how to take care of that in there. So when you put a post on Facebook or Instagram, more than 90% of your followers will never see it. And that is a terrible way to do business, okay? Just remember, email crushes social media when it comes to building an audience and a profitable customer base. Okay, number 5 on this. Email has a forever life cycle. Here's what I mean by that. Did you know a social media post has a life cycle of just a few hours? Email is forever. When you send an email, it stays in someone's inbox forever or until they delete it. So I will have someone email me a month later after I send an email and say, hey, you still got any of those steaks in stock that you talk about? I'm just catching up on my email. You don't see someone from an Instagram post a month ago who's reaching out to you, okay? It's very short-lived. But now that I've been email marketing for 11 years, people will send me emails from an email I sent out a year ago even, or 2 years ago. So just know that email stays with them in sight a lot longer than any social media post. All right, number 6, lastly, email sells anything. After you've built a relationship with customers, you can directly ask for the sale. All right, so we're talking here specifically about if you're sold out now and you're not going to replenish for 2, 3, 6 months, you've got to maintain a relationship with your customers so that months later you can say, all right, time to come on out and pick up beef again, or click here to place an order. You can do that because you've maintained weekly consistent relationship building with them from here forward. So in Farm Marketing from the Heart, I have an interview I do of my ideal customer that shows you how to elicit information and topics that your ideal customers want to hear about. That is what you're writing about every single week for 3 months if you don't have something to sell. So if you don't have anything to sell, you can't send an email that say, hey, come on out to the farm store and take a look at our fresh bacon we got in this week, because there is no bacon if you're sold out. So you're writing to them about things that they want to hear from you about. I have lists and lists of these topics inside Farm Marketing from the Heart. And I teach you the process and I give you the questions to ask your customers so you know exactly what to email them about. All right. So you will never run out of things to talk about with them and in between times that you have product to sell when you study what I teach you in Module 1. Okay. So then just remember, once you've maintained this relationship for all these months and you finally have something to sell and you give a very direct and clear call to action, such as click here to purchase a quarter beef, or click here to sign up for the next delivery, whatever it is you have, they will take action. They will do it because you've maintained that consistent connection for all the weeks or months in between the time you had product for sale. Okay, so just know that I teach you how to do all of this step by step inside Farm Marketing from the Heart. Again, it's available until June 12th for purchase for self-study. You get access to the whole course at once, and that is at 3cowmarketing.com/marketing. Let me know if you have any questions about any of it. Once you purchase, you are given a link to join the Mastermind Group on Facebook of all the other students who have taken the course. And you can ask questions and connect with people and see examples of what people are doing. It is truly the most comprehensive amazing start to finish marketing strategy training you could ever hope for. And it's farm specific. Also, you can ask me questions as you're going through the course anytime too. So that's it, you guys. I can't wait to see you in the next episode, but hopefully before that, I will see you inside my course, Farm Marketing from the Heart. Take care.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. For more great resources, check out theprofitablemindset.com. See you next time.